When we go to the book of Zechariah, chapter 9, verses 12, Zechariah 9:12. I said I have NIV. It says, return to your fortress, you prisoners of hope. Even now I announce that I will restore thrice as much to you. I will bend Jordan as I bend my bow, and fill it with Ephraim. I will rouse your sons, Zion, against your sons, Greece, and make you like a warrior's suit. So, still God is continuing to talk about his restoration. I told you whenever we say the word Israel, even us, we are part of God's chosen race. We all know that God chose the Israelites and regarded them his children. But the coming of Christ, whoever accepts him becomes a child of God, and he qualifies to be an Israelite. So in Zechariah, the Bible is telling us that return to your fortress. Fortress, I don't know, like for us, it were in Uganda, those people who rear animals. Each animal has where you tie it. Each animal has where you tie it. So where you tie that animal is what the Bible is calling a fortress. So as the children of God, we have where we are supposed to do. We have somewhere where we are supposed to be. Like for example, God does not expect us to be in a bus. God does not expect us to be in adultery. God does not expect us to fornicate. He does not expect us to steal. He does not expect us to do bad things, let me say. He expects us to do good things. So we are supposed to return to our fortress, return where we are supposed to be. And then he is promising that he will restore us thrice. He is going to restore us thrice. For as long as we return to our fortress, for as long as we return to where we belong, God is much more willing to restore us. He is much more willing to renew us. He is much more willing to revive us. But don't forget the condition. First, turn to where you belong. Return where you are supposed to be as a child of God before being renewed. You know, we do very many things, sometimes unknowingly. But what matters, have you gone back where you belong? If you did it unknowingly, did you return? If you return, then move together with Christ. Let's learn to create that friendship with God. Let's learn. Let's not just allow God to just visit us. Let's allow him to stay in our lives, and we shall avoid trespassing. We shall avoid many things. We shall avoid living in our fortresses, living where we belong, and we go back to the world. Because the Bible tells us that we are God's temple, with whom the Lord dwells in. So, whoever listening to this preaching, God dwells in you. You are his temple. So our temple of Christ is supposed to be sad. Is supposed to do good things, things to please Christ, things which puts Christ's name on high. God's temple is not supposed to do bad things. So we are supposed to first return to our fortress. We are supposed to return where we belong. If not belong to Christ, Return to Christ. Change your ways. Leave bad things. Leave the desires of the flesh. The flesh desire many things. Whatever the flesh sees, for it desires. For any good thing it sees around. When you see a nice dress, you desire if you were lady. If you were gentleman, when you see a nice shirt, you desire. When you see a nice trouser, you desire for it when you don't have money to buy. When you see a nice phone, you desire for it. You see a nice car, you desire. And we end up going into God's presence to ask for only things. We forget to ask God, give us the strength to train us, to ask God to be our friend, to ask God to help us move well. This journey we are in, the boat we entered, there is no one can jump out of it. It is a boat. If you jump out, you are going to fall in water. And you may survive. You may take water and die. So the boat we are in, we are supposed to be in it till the end. So let's avoid doing things which will make us jump out of the boat. Things which will make us fall in water. Because as you jump out of the boat, you fall in water. And this boat, supposing it is moving on sea. So the sea will swallow you up. The fish might swallow you, and you may not reach your final destination. So let's avoid doing things which may make us leave the boat. We are not doing work on a contract that they gave us 2 years. Maybe they gave us 3 years. They gave us 5 years. No. Something which we joined, we are supposed to move in it till the day God will say your work is accomplished on earth. That is when He will know where to take you. But we are not supposed as children of God to jump on, off, on, off, on, off. What do I mean? Today, because maybe He has pleased you. Tomorrow you get a challenge, you visit a witch doctor. The other day you steal. The other day you fornicate. The other day you lie. The other day you do this. The God we are serving is God who needs people who are ever available to do His will.